These are all my raspberries. It's my grapes. Oops, sorry about that, guys. You were zoomed out. Alright, there's the raspberries. Alright. These are the grapes. You can see there's a lot of grapes. Some of them get bad, you know. But there's a lot of grapes, guys. They're as far as the eye can see. This is one grapevine. Look at this thing. I prune this thing too every year. Alright. Those are grapes. There's the blackberry bush. Here's my blueberry bush. Something's been eating my blueberries. Oh wow, something ate all my freaking blueberries. Oh, that sucks. Oh no, it looks like some of them fell off. I don't know what happened here. Oh man. Just having that time. Here's one. Is that one? No. It fell. Let's see. What I could show you one of my blueberries. Let me show you my blueberries. That's them. Look how big those are. And this ain't the biggest. These get actually a little bigger than this. They're awesome. I get tons. You can see. I ate a lot of them already, so you can see how many blueberries I actually get on each branch. I mean, this thing gets filled with blueberries. There's another one. But yeah, it looks like I lost a bunch. They're all on the ground. Oh, that sucks. I didn't have a chance to get back here. Look at all the blueberries all over the ground. Mmm. What the hell is this thing? Oh man, look at that thing. Hey, did it bite me? Whoa. You see this thing? Wow, this thing is nasty. I don't even know what it is. Whoa, that thing bites. What the hell is that thing? I've never seen anything like that in my life. You see it? Oh man, I have no idea what that is. You see all kinds of stuff out here like that. I've seen bugs here I've never seen in my life, including the ones that eat my plants. Here's my blackberries. They're not ready yet. Oh, this thing, I have to rip. I've ripped this thing down to the ground a couple times, and they just keep coming up. I mean, you can see they're popping up all over the place. All the way up my driveway, they're coming up. The rhizomes, I guess, spread all the way down. They're everywhere, though. I don't care for the blackberries that much, though they do make a really good wine. I'll take you for a walk. I'll show you some of my fruit trees, what's actually left of them. Here's my wood chip pile. I just got dumped. If anybody's interested in free wood chips, I can show you how you get them. I'll teach you. This tree died. I have no idea. This is the, I believe it's called the Kentucky smoke tree. Just curled and died. I have no idea. It's so hot here. I'll show you the temperature in the greenhouse. Just part of it's still alive. You can see part of it's alive, but it pretty much died. I hope I don't lose it. Let me just show you. You can see my grapevines all the way down here. That thing's got to be about 30-something feet long. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. I'm gonna cut that off at the end of the year. You know, don't prune your grapevines. until the end of the season when the sap is completely stopped flowing. Here's my mulberry tree. As you can see, there's no mulberries on it, but I got a heck-ton load of them this year. I was eating mulberries all year. These are cherry trees that I bought off eBay, and they turned out to be some kind of choke cherry or something. It's just a weed, basically. I got ripped off. This is sea berry. You need a male and a female for this thing. I don't know what this is, if it's a male or a female. I got another one in the greenhouse that I had bought both male and female, and one of them died, so I'm going to plant the other one here. Hopefully it's one or the other. This is the cherry that it is. It's not a cherry tree, it's some kind of a choke cherry. There's a poisonous black cherry too, by the way. So if you can't fully identify your cherries or your choke cherries and all that, your wild cherries, don't eat them, because there is a poisonous black cherry, and I don't know if that's it. So I'm not eating them. Though I do eat choke cherries, and I know what choke cherries look like because I make choke cherry wine, which is quite good. These are all my apple trees, by the way. I'm just walking right by them. This is just another weed tree that somebody sold me and told me it was an apricot or a peach tree. Again, that was off eBay. Don't buy trees off eBay, because this is what you're going to end up with. Basically weeds. I don't know what this is, to tell you the truth. If anybody knows what this tree is, I'll show you the leaf. Please tell me, because I don't know what it is. It's definitely not a peach tree. Alright, so I don't know what these are. They're all the same, I think. So that was a waste. This is a quincy, I believe, or something like that. It might even be an apple tree. I don't know. They all, the deer ate them the first year, and then the bugs got them. And this is called a lobe berry. I usually get berries off this thing every year, and didn't put berries out this year, so I don't know what's going on with it. No berries this year. I'm surprised. It usually puts out a big crop full of berries every year, even though it's a tiny little plant. I believe this is butternut hickory or something. The nuts are good, supposedly good to eat. Again, the deer eat it down to the ground. You could see it was eaten already this year at some point. You know, see that damage? That's all from deer eating my trees. There's a pear tree. This one's about the only thing that's doing decent over here. I'm probably going to have to prune it. I want the base to get a little thicker, and then I'll prune it, and hopefully maybe at the end of the year I'll prune it, and hopefully I get some flowers next year, and I can get some peaches. Here's another apple tree. It's probably a spit apple. I think that's a pecan. I don't know at this point. None of these trees want to grow, though. That's a the heck is that thing called? Oh man, I can't think of the name. There's a name. You get them in the store. They're none of the usual suspects. It's something different. It's called, you know what they are if you see them. I can't think of the name. I'm just giving you a quick look. This is hazelnut. I don't know if this is an apple or a cherry. It looks like cherry, but it could be an apple. Who knows? This is my cherry tree. You can see it's been absolutely devastated. Every year I go through this. There's almost no point in growing fruit trees here. That's why nobody grows them, because of these things. They just literally destroy the entire tree. I can't even keep up with it. I'm out here every day filling up the cup, getting rid of these things. I don't know what this thing is. It has an awful smell to it. Like an oil, like an citrusy oil smell. There's more apple trees. They're not growing. They're not growing because I don't know why that was knocked over. They're just not doing good. But yeah, that's just a quick look at my my trees that I had originally planted. Again, I bought most of them from eBay. I got some of them from what was the name of that other place? I don't know, the Arbor Society or something. They send you, if you make a $25 donation, they'll send you 10 trees or something for free. During another one, they sent me a bunch of weeds. They just pulled anything out of the ground. I planted them. When you buy trees, the problem is with buying trees is they're bare root. and you don't know what those are. You don't know what you're getting. They're bare root. And then you plant them, and then you have to wait like 3 years so you can at least identify what it is. It grows leaves, but you can't really tell what the leaves are because, as you can see, it's very hard to distinguish an apple tree from a peach tree, or, well, maybe peach, but I know like apple trees kind of look like cherry trees. When they're small plants, the leaves kind of all look the same. So you got to wait a while until it matures, and you could identify it by the bark, the leaves, the fruit, or flowers if they get them. And basically, these are all garbage. I'll never buy anything like that from eBay again. If you're going to buy fruit trees, pay the $50. It comes in a pot, and you're set. The only tree I bought that was in the pot was that pear tree. And you can see that it's doing healthy, and it's a normal tree. All these trees that I got were all bare root. That tells me that they didn't dig those out. They pulled them out of the ground, and they're damaged. So I'm like I say, I'm selling the property, so it's probably not going to keep. I'm not going to worry about ripping them out and replanting them again because I'm not going to be here. But I'll let that for the new owners. I'll leave that for the new owners that buy it. Let them worry about it. But don't buy anything from eBay. You see 10 for $20 or something. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just buy your trees in pots from a nursery. You want a cherry tree, you go to a nursery. You want a peach tree, you go to a nursery. Don't start apples from seed, because apples from seed may not produce apples. And even if it does produce apples, they produce like crab apples and stuff like that. And if it's got genetic problems, the whole tree, the whole fruit is going to be genetically. Just buy your apple trees and all your peach trees and stuff from a nursery. Pay the money and buy it and do it the right way. This is the result of not doing it the right way and doing it a cheap way. For under a couple $100, I figured I'd have all these fruit trees now. These been planted before I even built the greenhouse. So they were planted in 2011, something like that. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. That's like 5 years, and they're still not growing. So they're garbage, basically. All right. And the pear tree I bought, I don't know, like 3 years ago. And look at the size of the thing already, So, I don't know. I'm just going to show you the temperature really quick. Give you a view of my grapevines. Alright, this is the temperature in the greenhouse. Okay, it's so hot in here. I'm literally sweating right now. I just walked in here. That's the temperature of the greenhouse. You can see it's just absolutely cooking in here. You can see some of the leaves on like the cucumber plants are literally burning right off the plant. You can see burnage, burn damage on all my tomatoes. All right, so don't feel bad, guys. In other states, you're saying you're getting hammered, and I forgot who it was. One of the garden channels. I think it's the Executive Gardener, that guy Jeff or something. He put out a video. He was disgusted that his plants all basically died because of the heat and the rain, and I don't feel bad. We're not having it any easier up here. I'll show you the outside temperature. You don't believe me. All right. That's the outside temperature today, guys. About 100 degrees. I'd say it's a little bit lower. I'd say it's probably about 98 or something, because this is in the sun. If I were to put shade over it, it'd be about 98. But still, you can see it's about 120 in here. I'd say that's probably maybe a little high too. That might be like 115 or something. And the only reason why I say that is because the sun's shining on it. But it is hot in here, man. I just got done watering all my plants because a lot of them were all wilting and laying over. And, this one was really wilted down. And I watered them this morning. I had to come back in and water them again. I got mulch down. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. They're just going to get pounded by the heat. And when you have pots like this, and you put them in an oven like this, a greenhouse, an oven. These pots are hot right now to the touch. They're literally hot, like you just took a pizza out of the oven. They're hot. Okay, that's why they're all suffering right now. All right, it's literally that hot that everything in the containers are cooking. That's why stuff that's on the ground, all the center of this stuff, and all my garden aren't as affected as they are in here, because the ground's not getting as hot, obviously. And that's another reason why I'm growing so densely, is to keep some of the sun off the pots, because I have no other way to cool the pots. Could put them on the ground, that'll help them a little bit, but black pots and everything on the ground and the sun directly, man, you cook them at 100-degree heat, and you know there's nothing you could do except keep watering the pot 3, 4, 5 times a day. Not heavily water, just enough to cool it down. Spray the outside of the pot and everything. Water it down, you know, constantly. Until a heat wave gets over, and then once that happens, the plants will survive the heat wave, and you won't lose too many of them. Hopefully, you can see even over here I'm losing leaves. You see that? Even in this section of the greenhouse, which don't normally get as hot as it does in there, I'm losing leaves because they're just up on the deck. All my plants, my pepper plants, all up on the deck, are all they're all dropping leaves all over the place. Some fruit are falling off. It's just they're just getting cooked, literally cooked to death. So, alright, so I figured I'd share that with you. This is just another quick update. I wanted to just show you my trees and my grapevines and everything. So, alright, I will see you guys on the next one. Godspeed.